All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to all the random game between Infi and Happy. Infi spawning as the random undead over here on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Happy spawning as the random orc on the bottom left. Should be a great matchup here. Random heroes just trying to figure out what strategies you're going to execute, bringing a hero into battle but not knowing what type of hero it will be and how they will lead the charge. As soon as we get to that 2-minute mark and we can see those heroes, we'll start slowing things down and do that play-by-play analysis that you guys love so much. All right, it looks like it is going to be a Panda first coming across from Happy. So, and the Panda already going for this harassment strategy. Meanwhile, he's going up against a Demon Hunter. All right, interesting call here. Demon Hunter with if he goes for Mana Burn, should be able to do quite a bit of pressure onto that Panda. The Panda is really going to be looking to, well, perhaps get as many breaths of fire off as possible. If they can get 3 breaths of fire off, that is going to be a big deal, as that damage does rack up eventually. All right, he's going to turn back around and get that. No, it is going to be evasion coming in from Infi. Meanwhile, Happy was trying to line up a breath of fire. We're going to see a breath of fire here. Oh, does get an attack off onto one of those skeletal minions as the Demon Hunter pushes back that Panda again. All right, skeletal minions still popping up out of the woodwork here. Brewmaster has not really shown his colors as of yet, as this Ogre Mauler is about to fall. All right, so Ogre Mauler about to fall as we are looking at headhunters coming in from the side. Skeletal minion gets taken down once more, and we are taking the tier 2 on both sides as well. All right, I am surprised that, well, oh, Drunken Brawler. Alright, so this is a bar fight. We have a Demon Hunter with Evasion and the Brewmaster with Drunken Brawler. So, yeah, just like they're just going to be trying to hit each other as much as possible. I do not know the last time I saw Drunken Brawler as the first ability on a Panda player ever. I don't know if it's Pandemonium, but it is quite crazy as the Demon Hunter gets to level 2. Alright. Brewmaster gonna try and well his mana bar is now gonna turn into well, a bit of a liability. We can see more healing there as the Demon Hunter now trying to back away again. Perhaps gonna try to pick up something. No, not gonna be able to do that at all. Now, we did see a headhunter style strategy come across from Grubby with that new build, but you know, that's with the Farseer with Spirit Wolves and ranged attacks being able to poke. Also, that was up against Human that had tried to go casters, and there was a lot of units to focus down and target. We are going up and against an undead, undead Infi with a Demon Hunter opening, so that should not work well at all. All right, coming back through, Acolyte now making its way. Hi, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, as the Headhunter now looks to back up again. All right, Brewmaster perhaps going to go after this Sea Elemental creep camp. That is a lot of headhunters, so they are going to be able to poke apart quite a bit. A little bit of damage there. Sea Elemental going to fall. Brewmaster gets Claws of Attack +5, and now trying to, well, get in more damage again. There's going to be some interesting critical strikes here. All right, if Happy can get more Claws of Attack, that critical strike is actually quite powerful once you get to level 2 and level 3. Essentially, having level 3 Drunken Brawler turns out to be level 2 critical strike and level 2 evasion, I believe, if that's how the math works. So it's a little bit better than each of those abilities by itself, as the Brewmaster picks up improved of vitality, now having up to 3, or having extra hit points already tanky at 900 at level 2. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter going down here picks up a minor replenishment potion and also has a Scourge Bone Chime. So Scourge Bone Chime should be an interesting way for that Demon Hunter to also regenerate hit points in that frontline spot. So Demon Hunter going to be that much more difficult to finish off. Meanwhile, we're looking at a couple of Timber Wolves getting cleaned up as well. A couple of curses going across, making it difficult to try and, well, deal damage. We are looking at level 2 Breath of Fire over level 2 Drunken Brawler, and we also see a Goblin Alchemist as the second hero from, from Infi. All right, couple pieces of grass there to try and, I guess, obscure vision a little bit. We're looking at a couple more Ogre Maulers going to get cleaned up there. There goes a letter unit, and wow, this could be potentially bad news. Demon Hunter does have level 2 mana burn. Wants the mana burn of this Brewmaster. Brewmaster could try and turn back and fight the other way. What is going to go down here? Are we waiting for a mana burn? There's that Breath of Fire. There's that big mana burn we were expecting. And now the Brewmaster, well, he's most likely just going to get mana burned again. The Demon Hunter of Infi in a great spot to just cause a little bit of problems as the Goblin Alchemist skeletal minions are trying to cause bits of an issue. Are we going to see a mana burn? Yes, but it was a little bit late by Infi, so a big mana burn across all of those units. The Headhunter still looking a way to stay alive as we see a Scroll of Town Portal and then trying to get away. All right, one low hit point Headhunter is going to get taken down. There goes one skeletal minion. Back inside the base, needs to find a way to heal, and we are going into Fortress with Witch Doctors? Alright, so Fortress Witch Doctors, perhaps we're going to be looking at healing wards. We are getting that Berserker upgrade, so all Headhunters out on the battlefield are suddenly going to have 100 more hit points and be able to attack faster if they go into that Berserker Frenzy. Down to the south side here, Happy going to finish off this Ogre Mauler. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter of Infi needing to retreat back. Not a large army composition at all, sitting at 40 over 50. Where are all of his units? There they are. Obsidian statues getting trained up and are now getting Ghoul Frenzy as well. Now, Headhunter going to upgrade to Berserker here in just a moment. You can see that, well, the Brewmaster, there's that, there's those Berserkers, there is that Frenzy to attack slightly faster as we now see level 4 on the Brewmaster here. There's a replenishment potion as well. A little bit of target practice going back and forth. Brewmaster getting in some good critical strikes here. Going to need to finish off that Rock Golem. Not quite sure why the Brewmaster is not engaging in that frontline spot, as that Brewmaster is going to be shy of level 5. Demon Hunter off to the north here, sitting at level 3, nearly level 4. Alchemy sitting at level 1. And do remember, the Brewmaster is getting bonus experience, 30%, since he is a solo hero at Fortress. Now, we are getting up Witch Doctor Mastery training as well. Is there a single Witch Doctor out on the battlefield? I don't see one. So, but you better believe that healing wards are going to be used, perhaps back at home to try and get back out there. Orb of Lightning, also picked up by the Brewmaster, will be able to attack destroyers if they do take to the skies and try and devour magic all of those precious wards. All right, we are getting up our first Witch Doctor now. There are plenty of Berserkers out here on the battlefield. Berserkers generally have, or Trolls generally have, better regeneration rates. Cloak of Shadows sold. Going to pick up that Claws of Attack +5 again. So you can see, well, there's that faster regeneration rate for Trolls, if you guys didn't know. That's why they're able to do hit and run tactics so well. Their passive regeneration generally means after a long fight, they can get back in and have decent hit points. All right, let's go ahead and get into an engagement here. Skeletal minions, while getting gift wrapped here. Demon Hunter gets up to level 2. So what is... Oh. All right, so adding confusion here. Infi has 2 Demon Hunters, a level 4 and a level 2. Berserkers with Frenzy. There's some healing spray. A Brewmaster trying to finish things off. There's another mana burn, so 150-point mana burn in an instant as the Witch Doctor runs out of mana. All right, so units are trying to pull back here. Brewmaster, well, has level 3 Drunken Brawler, and that's the perfect ability going up against a double Demon Hunter, a passive ability that doesn't need mana very much. All right, that Breath of Haze, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire combination would not have worked well, even with 1 Demon Hunter on the battlefield, but with 2 constantly mana burning, getting 150-point mana burns already quite problematic. I am curious as to whether Earth Storm and Fire would actually be useful at all, as we see a healing ward being placed down here. All right, are we going to see an engagement? The ward is providing a bit of hit points here, and we're going to go for another fight again. You can see that Berserker well, just regenerating a good amount of hit points and now constantly dancing around. So Happy is microing these Berserkers extremely well to make sure that they are fighting well. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter still sitting at 4. We're looking at a Rock Golem about to get taken down. That is going to be a big item pickup, a Mana Stone. So if the Brewmaster does try to get to level 6, can use that Mana Stone for 200 mana and then go into Earth, Storm, and Fire. All right, a couple of Witch Doctors are out here on the battlefield. Ghoul Frenzy going to try to do a run by here. And what is going to go down? Perhaps the Peon's going to jump inside the Orc Burrows and try and fight back once more. 46 supply compared to 50. The strategies just seem a little bit oddball here as the Demon Hunter of Infi goes after this level 7 creep camp. All right. Where is this Brewmaster going? Sitting at level 5. Perhaps trying to figure out where exactly Infi is. Infi having 2 Demon Hunters and, well, having more heroes out on the battlefield means that he can still gain experience by creeping. And that is going to be a very big deal indeed. If he can get to level 3 on that Alchemist as well. Oh, wait, are we going to see perhaps a Breath of Fire or anything across all those units? Yes, there you go. Almost getting that Obsidian Statue. Healing Ward now down. Healing Spray. And there's going to be a lot of Focus Fire off of all of these Berserkers. Stasis Trap is also down as well. Are we going to see some more as the Ghouls are trying to dive in after the Berserker here? All right. The Obsidian Statues are no longer right next to all of the army. They need to re-engage into that position again. Otherwise, well, all of those Ghouls are just going to be fighting far too much. There's a Stasis Trap going down. Alchemist taking quite a bit of damage. You can see each volley how much damage is being done here as the Alchemist, well, tries to use the Cloak of Shadows and then Healing Spray to stay alive, but just does not work out. There goes an Abomination, and the Berserkers are just absolutely having a field day here as we're looking at more pressure coming across. All right, Disease Cloud means that these, well, the fast regeneration on all of these Berserkers is gonna be for naught as the Brewmaster now teleports back home. What is he going to be picking up? All right, Clarity Potions, perhaps bringing out some additional Witch Doctors as well and trying to get in a bit more healing. Both sides still sitting on one base. There's about 8 minutes of mining left. No clear winner as of yet, as a tiny Great Hall picked up by Happy to expand in this position. All right, so Brewmaster could open things up with Earth, Storm, and Fire and really cause some problems. Meanwhile, double Demon Hunter all the way, trying to clear out this level 7 creep camp. Is if Infi can get these level 7 creep camps and pick up the powerful items, that would be a big deal indeed. There's another tome as we're now going after, however, the Panda. Oh, he is invisible. This is going to be bad news. Oh, there's a Breath of Fire blowing over. There's Earth, Storm, and Fire. And now the Berserkers are just going to go to town after all of these units. All right, Cyclone picking up one of the Demon Hunters already. Is it going to try and break free as the Demon Hunter now taking quite a bit of damage and now, well, thrown up into the air once again, trying to go after some of those Ghouls as the level 2 Demon Hunter going to get cleaned up here. All right, level 2 Demon Hunter going to fall. Down it goes. And we are looking at 2-0 upgrades on these Berserkers as well. Meanwhile, no additional upgrades back at home. And if you look at Happy's base, it does look rather sparse. Just a bunch of spiked barricades and just a handful of buildings, but they're able to make a play here as the Panda going to get back into his normal self. There's a Breath of Fire blowing things over, and now the units are trying to retreat back again. All right, Panda, if it uses the Mana Stone, could actually blow over that Obsidian Statue here in just a moment, maybe take down some of those. A 216 critical strike by that Brewmaster as we're looking at, well, a couple of Witch Doctors placing down some more healing wards again, allowing these Berserkers to have quite a bit of focus fire here. Goblin Alchemist trying to re-engage, but the sheer number of Berserkers coupled with the focus fire makes it very difficult to try to approach with this, well, very low hit point Ghoul army. By the time that a leading Ghoul gets within melee range, it's already at below half-life, and one more volley would finish it off. All right, Brewmaster is not really even doing much here. Stasis traps are being placed down, and this is just looking a little bit too cute here as we're looking at the Berserkers with Frenzy, activating Frenzy to try and finish off those Demon Hunters. All right, continuing, there's a Breath of Fire there trying to blow things over. We're looking at more Ghouls. There's some more healing spray. The Stasis Trap in the back is not getting activated. Finally gets activated there as we are going to see those units well, start to fall, and that will be the game. Happy able to outlast Infi here, here with just the great micro, and well, comes away with the win. Let me know what you guys thought about this game and the strategies they adopted, knowing that they would have to be using, given the heroes that they had.